I could have said when I was writing my first book, you're not a doctor. No one cares about Ayurveda. You're too young. You don't have a book deal. You've never been an author. You have no idea how you're going to make money doing this. Go get a normal job while you can. Because if you're unemployed for a certain amount of years, you're not even going to get a job. You're going to end up homeless. By the way, that was not just my own voice. It was my own voice. It was also my parents' voice that they were telling me all the time, my family members' voices who were telling me, and then also when I got rejected by 30 publishers. But I decided to listen to my own inner voice just a little bit stronger than I decided to listen to those ones. And it wasn't instant and it wasn't overnight. But I knew and I trusted that I had a dharma. And I knew and I trusted that the shitty things that happened to me in my life happened to me for a reason, because they made me wiser, more aware, and more able to share these gifts that I received with other people. And so I started to piece together what I now call the Dharma Blueprint. And this is one of the many tools that you will become certified in the Dharma Coaching Institute. So the Dharma Blueprint puts together 5 different categories. The first one are your Dharma archetypes. So there are 9 Dharma archetypes, and you can take a quiz on my website, dharmaarchetypequiz.com. I will link that in the show notes, DHARMA archetypequiz.com. So some of these archetypes are the teacher, here to share wisdom and knowledge and information. The visionary, here to allow people to see from a higher level perspective. The artist, here to create beauty in the world. The nurturer, here to connect and care. The warrior, here to protect and lead. The researcher, here to ask big questions and use facts and data. The activist, here to raise awareness on social justice issues. The entertainer, here to make people feel. And the entrepreneur, here to create solutions for the world's problem through business. So these are the 9 Dharma archetypes that I came up with because I found that they're the most universal I have seen related to people's Dharma. And again, you can find your own in the book, Discover Your Dharma, or on the quiz, dharmaarchetypequiz.com, linked below. So that's the first pentagon of the Dharma Blueprint. So what is your Dharma archetype? And by the way, we're a combination of different ones. And they can change over time, though I find our top 2 really stay with us our entire lives. So mine are the visionary and the teacher. No matter what I do, I will always be a visionary. I'm always here to inspire and bring people to higher level perspective and use my gift of communication. And I love to teach. But I also got the artist going on. I also have the entertainer going on. I also have the nurturer going on, but they're in different levels. So the second category we're going to go into for the Dharma Blueprint, and you'll learn how to go into this in depth in the Dharma Coaching Institute, and you will be coached through it and really have a strong understanding of your own Dharma. Guaranteed you're going to walk away from these 6 months like, I know why I'm here on this planet, period. Everyone does. It is like literally a portal of transformation. So the second are your mediums. What are the mediums that come through you? Do you love to speak? And how? Do you love to speak on stage? Do you love to speak one-to-one with people? Do you love to tell stories? Do you love to coach? Do you love to write? Is it long form? Is it short form? Is it blog writing, novel writing, legal writing? Getting as specific as possible. Do you love to plan? Is it events? Is it parties? Is it fundraisers? Do you love to put together spreadsheets? What kind of spreadsheets? So really looking at the mediums that come through you, and you're going to write those all down in the second category. Then we're going to look at the obstacles that you have overcome or helped someone else overcome. So maybe you have overcome the obstacle of a health challenge like myself. So through overcoming that health challenge, you learned a lot of wisdom. You learn how to take care of your body and how to support it. And that is something that you can now share with other people. And in fact, it makes you the best expert because you personally went through it. So you know the fears. You know the thoughts. You know what it feels like to go to tons of doctors and them not giving you the answer to any problem. You know what it's like from a personal level better than an expert who's studied it theoretically but has never experienced it themselves. So I see a lot of us, especially those of us who are still kind of like millennials and older, we're like, oh my God, I need to like have my PhD in something to talk about it. But if you had anxiety, would you rather go to a coach that said, I studied anxiety in the top books for the past 20 years. never had it a day in my life, but this book describes it like this. So let me tell you what the research says. And every time you tell them about anxiety, this looks like it's PTSD, this diagnosis, this. I've read about this too. Would that help you more with your anxiety or cause more anxiety? Or someone that says, yeah, I used to have really debilitating panic attacks. And the truth is, some mornings I still wake up with anxiety, but here are the exact practices that I do. And this is what made me move from panic attacks to just kind of feeling anxiety slightly sometimes and able to move through it really quickly. This is exactly what I did. Where are you going to feel more safe? Where are you going to feel more seen? Where are you going to feel more trust? I think all of us would rather go to the person who actually moved through the anxiety and found their way on the other side than the person who's just researched it, but has never actually experienced it. So you overcoming an issue yourself makes you an expert in your own life. And we're not saying that now you need to write a book on it necessarily, but through the coaching of it, you start to realize the stories that you tell and the research that you might now add on and the ways that you describe things. And that becomes your method that you may eventually write books about, teach about in courses, share about on stages, host retreats about. But it starts with you sharing your journey with people who are just behind you in that specific journey. You know, I am coached by so many different people. I've been coached throughout my experience and continue to be coached. So I can very easily coach someone on, stepping into their dharma and living their full expression because I've been doing this for so long and it comes very naturally to me. But I go to coaches who have been married for 30 years and, who have experience in things that I don't have experience in when I am seeking that type of mentorship.